is that they span 7 generations, 7, where people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and thank you, Mr. Mobell, for turning 90 in this manner. Okay, so these are the people without whom this book certainly would not have been possible. And I want to get into a little bit of content, and I want to ask Marissa and Jack to come up on the stage with me now. Marissa and Jack. By way of moving along to introduction, Marissa has done a ton of cartoons. You want to sit down?
Yeah, can I ask you one thing? How many years have you known me?
How many years? 10.
How do you pronounce my name? Marisa.
Oh, Marisa. She's so picky.
How tall are you again?
They know how to, sit down and drink something. Sit down and drink something. Okay, Marisa has, the Italian pronunciation, I grew up in Brooklyn with a different one, has done a ton of cartoons for a lot of great magazines, including the New Yorker, and was the first cartoonist to have an ongoing comic in the New York Times. She is author of 2 graphic novels, one of which, Cancer Vixen, is how she sketched herself kicking cancer's butt, and feels that in a weird way she literally drew herself healthy. We'll get to that in a second. Jack is another New York City native and has been a freelance cartoonist since 1972 and drawing for the New Yorker since 1974. He has 9 collections of his drawings published so far, plus 1 children's book. He also once held the distinction of being the 2nd tallest New Yorker cartoonist. Bill Hamilton, yes? Yeah. Until Matt Diffie and Drew Durdovich came along.
They're pretty tall.
They're pretty tall.
But isn't Mancow
they know Ziegler, right? The whole thing.
Wait, Mort. Isn't Mancow taller than everybody? Just say yes.
He's bigger. Well, at least he throws a little bit. Okay, we won't talk about that. All right. Getting into the content a little bit here, I just wanted to go through where some of the questions that have already been asked about why do a book about this in the first place? You know, this possible, very, very depressing subject. Where was this inspiration from? And the truth of the matter is that I first thought about doing this while I was skiing. I was out in Alton, which is a great, great place to ski. I was out there with my brother-in-law. We had this great, wonderful day of skiing, and we were all energized. And we were back in the lodge at the end of the day, taking our boots off. All of a sudden, the door bursts open, and this little old guy, dressed with a red ski jacket, covered with snow, he comes running in and he's screaming. He said, "Skied for free! Skied for free! Today is my 80th birthday, and I skied for free! Free at last! Free at last! Free at last!" Wow! Isn't that terrific? That is really, really great. This is, of course, a thing that you know when you get to a certain place, and some ski resorts allow you to ski for free. And I thought, this has really been always a goal of mine. When I get to be 80, I want to ski for free also. What a role model, a real great, great personal role model. And I thought, well, this is really a way to do things. Instead of being in denial about aging, why not embrace it? You know, take it up as it is. Do the things that are part of life and treat them as irritations. The ordinary people. The death of aging is like an irritation. It's like traffic and technology, and you should laugh about it. Which is essentially what cartoonists do. A cartoonist, you know, is like an oyster. Cartoons are like oysters. Introduce a little irritant, like a grain of sand, and out comes a pearl. What? So a pearl of humor, pearl of wisdom, pearl of whatever. So that was the beginning of the motif, as it were. And I wrote to 25 of my friends, and here are 2 of them, and some of them are out there. And I said, what do you think about that? Kind of about doing some stuff on aging and retirement for the great young. What did you think of that when you got the note? Jack?
I actually thought Mort had spoken to my doctor. So I was concerned.
Did you?
But then he said it was a better book. So.
Yeah. You thought I knew something that you didn't know.
I thought you did, yeah.
Well, you thought. Did you have any other thoughts, really, about not wanting to do stuff on,
Oh, no, I do it all the time because, actually when I first started cartooning, I had the hardest time drawing old people. And I've been doing it now for 30 some odd years, and it gets easier and easier. They actually look old now.
yeah, now, you look in the mirror, right, and you see,
But
you know, he's the one that wanted to sit down in the first place. Okay, Marissa, what about you? Did you have some This is called an irritant.
After that. Well, what did I think when you asked me?
Yeah, when you got the note or whatever, yeah.
I thought, okay, another deadline.
Deadline.
Could be a pain.
Another deadline.
A deadline and,
Yeah, deadline.
and something.
No, but I thought, you know what? If anybody could write a book on aging, it wouldn't be me. I'm just kidding.
Right, well, but just keep it going. Well, I not only asked all of these great people to do cartoons about the subject, and actually there have been a number of them, but we wanted to do some new material that was really reflective of the new trends, the new motifs. You know, like Scotty, you know, from Star Trek. He was cremated, but he wasn't put in a jar. They shot him out into space. You know, really, that's the new thing. So they were doing that. But anyway, besides the cartoons themselves, I sent out a little questionnaire. And the questionnaire had to do with personal things and also matters that had to do with the great beyond. And I thought we would maybe go through a couple of those that would sort of like lead into the cartoon. So this is a picture of Jack as a young man. And you see there were all of these questions that were there. Jack, why don't you start with number 5 down here? Read the question and then read the answer.
The question is, what words of wisdom do you have? So mine are, don't tug on Superman's cape, don't spit into the wind, don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and above all, don't mess around with Jim.
And on top?
And this is, imagine a scene from your funeral.
No. How would you prefer to
This
arrive
couldn't be
at
more
the end? See, that's the trouble. You're too tall.
How would you prefer to arrive at the end?
At the end.
Being zapped out of existence by a gigantic ray gun toting monster from outer space. That would be totally cool.
And who would you like to meet in the great beyond?
Henry Miller and Rin Tin Tin. Not the later, like Rin Tin Tin. And
finally, the last question that everybody was supposed to answer was: imagine a scene from your funeral and draw it.
That's me in the bag over there. So, no funeral, just me in a hefty bag waiting for a pickup out of the curb.